I'm Sara Hunton and this is Frances Wilkinson. We're both barristers at Field Court Chambers. Frances, what changes have there been to legal aid agency public funding since the first edition of the book was published?
Well, the major change is the change to exceptional funding. So just before we published the first edition, there was a judgment by Miss Justice Collins called IS against the Lord Chancellor, where he had given the Lord Chancellor a really hard time about the way that exceptional funding was being managed. He'd done a judgment the previous year, Gudenovician, which found on research that only 1% of applications for exceptional funding were being granted. And even when he did his judgment in IS in 2015, he found that there were only 13% being granted. And his judgment was a fierce diatribe against the way the LAA was allowing those applications. It had several effects. The LAA changed their rules. The Attorney General's rules for applying the rules to exceptional funding were changed. There were independent assessors introduced, adjudicators for appeals against refusal, and when we last looked, that is to say in the third quarter of 2019, there were 68% of the applications were being granted, which is an enormous change from 4 or 5 years earlier, with the interesting point that this has been discovered by people who do immigration work, but hasn't really been discovered by people who do family work. And there's still a very small number of applications for exceptional funding in family proceedings. And I think this really provides an opportunity for people to make more such applications now in circumstances where people really need public funding in order to be able to effectively represent their cases.
Thank you.